Lights, cameras, action. What's up, people, man? It's your boys, the Heavy Hitters, coming to you live from Independent Radio. We down here at the front page, man. We got OK in the studio. We got Ramonski Love from V103. I'm just kidding. But yeah, though, man, life's good, man. We down here, man. It's been a beautiful weekend. What's up? What happened? I'm too loud? Oh, man, you know, we had technical difficulties.
I wouldn't call it technical.
We got these new mics, so we gotta make sure, man, that we bag up off that thing, yo. You know, like when you with your lady, man, you gotta bag up off of it. When she put her hand out, you gotta bag up off of it a little bit, man. You're doing too much. so yeah, man, we down at the front page, man. We kicking it, man. Food's good. This time I went a little different, man. We got hamburgers, man.
Y'all see that?
Did away with the wings.
We did away with the wings for the day, man. So we gonna go ahead and get right into it, man. Okay, man. How's it going, man?
It's going really well. How are you?
Oh man, life's good. You know, that's my little saying. You know, life's good.
Life is great. Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, without a doubt, man. I actually did nothing this weekend. I didn't travel. I didn't make any major moves. I just kind of laid low, man, and bought a pressure washer that I was pretty excited about. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean my house on the outside. So I'm, you're getting old when the pressure washer and knife sets, pretty much get you excited.
Appliances,
No doubt.
Right.
power tools.
I was checking out a George Foreman
Right.
indoor outdoor.
Hold on.
Well, welcome to the Terror Dome.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna do. We're gonna bring in Chuck D. But yeah, man, I got excited, man, because I got a pressure washer. Like literally, man, I rushed home from work to cue this thing up. Like I'm all geeked up. Like, man, we finna do some cleaning.
So you went ahead and got it yourself, George Foreman, this weekend?
I didn't get it. I actually checked it out.
A new one? They got a new George Foreman
They
grill?
got a new. I don't know if it's newer, but I mean, it's new to me. Standing indoor outdoor grill.
Oh wow!
You can take it. You can take it off the stand and take it actually in the house. It's electric, so you know what I'm saying. Plug it up in the house, or you can take it and set it on the stand and take it outside. Man.
You know what, man? If they had a George Foreman grill when I was in college, I'm pretty sure I'd have burned down the dorms.
Or ate a whole hell of a lot of burgers.
It ate good.
I'd have ate good. I remember Jokers used to have hot plates.
Oh.
Like, is that not a fire hazard? Like, Jokers frying chicken in their dorm room with no ventilation?
If there ever was a fire hazard, it was definitely the hot plate.
Right.
Would have put ramen noodles out of business.
Dude, man. You know what's funny? I've never eaten ramen noodles.
Ever in your life?
Ever.
Are you kidding me?
Never. And I was on the college campus, man, and never indulged. My mom bought a whole bunch of them, but I never partaken in ramen noodles.
I survived a whole summer, not coming home. I survived a whole summer from noodles.
And see, this is where I got to go with Jeezy on this. This is Oscar Kilo. I didn't get into ramen noodles either.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Like, I got lots of cans of soup.
Yeah.
Campbell's soup. Definitely boiled it up on the hot plate. Made myself some grilled cheese with the Kraft singles. But I definitely didn't get into the ramen noodles.
Man, I'm talking about like Polish sausage cut up in the ramen noodles, crushed Doritos. What? It was a meal for me.
Crushed Doritos and
No doubt.
you really was like the thing that I got into, man, is I got into the what is the Chef Boyardee spaghetti in a can. Like with the meatballs and the raviolis,
Okay.
yeah, or the little old ABC alphabets.
Right.
Yeah, I would crush that. Yeah, that was my go-to meal because it was like 50 cents a can. So now it's like $1.50.
And how expensive were those ramen noodles back when you were in school?
Back then, I'd get a pack of probably 10 for about $2.
$2, yeah. It wasn't a lot. And you just put it in water in the microwave, and
Yep. See, I didn't have a hot plate. A guy down the hall had a hot plate, but I just had a microwave.
Yeah, you can put them in a microwave.
We just made it happen in the microwave.
now what school you went to?
Indiana State.
In I State. Yeah, you was down. You was kind of in the city though, so it wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Like when I went to Central, like it was like we don't realize how far a mile is until you gotta walk it. Like you think when you're in your car, you see a mile, like oh that ain't nothing. Yeah, well you a mile from town, and you in the country, ain't no food. Yeah, that miles a journey to get something to eat.
I mean, it was that bad. I mean, in Bloomington, at least you had the bus you could take to the grocery store. But to that point, there wasn't like there was a grocery store close to campus. So same deal.
IU?
Yeah, at IU, there's not a grocery store close to campus.
I'm not for sure. I only went to the party.
Yeah, I mean, all them party bars. I guess if you say all the bars, ain't no food.
I mean, the bars, yeah. I mean, that's,
Did you have a gas station?
Nickel beer. Come on now. I'm talking like a real, honest to God, grocery store.
Oh, no, we ain't had none of those.
You go to a gas station, you're going to charge, 5-10 times more than what it is at a grocery store.
Dude, a loaf of bread at the gas station is like $5.
Chef Boyardee joint, so it would have been about $2, $3.
Yeah, they would gouge you. Like, I remember when the Suzy Q was like 50 cents. Now the Suzy Q like $2. Like what is going on?
I mean, and you know that you're old when you're reminiscing about candy bars and whatnot that were below 50 cents because now you can't get into them at a gas station below $1.20.
Below $1.20.
And that's one. That's just the normal size.
The thing about it, our parents.
I remember you could get the king size joints for like 89 cents.
Hell yes.
And remember, our parents used to be like, I remember when a Butterfinger was a nickel. You're like now we doing that, man.
I mean, now we're old, I guess.
Now we old.
Welcome to your mid to late 30s.
Exactly. So McDonald's pay them people $15 an hour. You're already charging $9 for a Big Mac. Like when did airport prices become the norm at regular restaurants? No, you can't go to Wendy's without spending $20.
You're right. $8 for a meal.
Dude, no joke. $8. And you ain't even get an upsize.
No. That's some serious.
That's serious, man. Pay them jokers $15 an hour, man. Quit playing. Drop them 15, yo. You got it. You charging me for it already.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't even using real meat. Y'all remember when Taco Bell came out and was like, we only using 98% meat and 95% meat and 5% special ingredient.
I might be a little outdated to remember that one.
But this is a good point. So this dovetails. I read an article this weekend that talked about McDonald's worldwide is actually losing major market share. Like in one company, I think it was Brazil, they had to shut down like about 100 stores just because in other countries, you might not be aware of this, like McDonald's, for instance, in Switzerland, they demand that they actually have to serve real meat in their hamburgers. They don't get away with like what they get here. Wow. Because they do that, if you go into McDonald's in Switzerland and a lot of these other countries, and especially in Europe, you're going to get charged $20. That's not for a value meal, just for the burger because it's real beef.
I'm done with McDonald's officially right now.
So they've been having a huge problem, and even in this country, a lot more people are now being very concerned about, okay, what it is that I'm putting into my body, and is it real meat? Is it really not? More people are gardening, things like that nature, growing their own stuff. So they're even losing market share in this country, and it's a big deal.
I mean, if you really think about it, how many cows are on planet Earth?
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot of cows, but is it enough to feed billions daily?
I mean, but when you look...
Think about that. Think about that for a second. We just talking about McDonald's serve billions daily.
No, that's not daily. I mean, they're not serving billions daily.
Okay,
There's not even a billion.
Is that per year?
Worldwide.
That's per year. When they put that number up,
Hold
that's
on.
per year.
They serving millions worldwide.
I think they might. I think it might be easy to say they're serving 1 million hamburgers worldwide
daily.
Every day. I think that's
so.
fair
So that's just McDonald's. We're not talking about Burger King, In-N-Out, or Hardy. We're not talking about every fast food chain. We're not talking about at your grocery store the meat selection they got at every There's not enough cows, man, to complete the demands.
I think we should probably come back to this to find out how many hamburgers you get out of said cow. But there truly are a lot. I mean, you're talking about 10 to 20 thousands of cows every day are getting slaughtered.
Yeah, so what are they doing with
these? A lot of hamburger in a cow.
Think about that for a second. If you was murking off 1 million people a day, how many years before everybody's gone? Or you start cloning jokers?
I mean, therefore, that's why McDonald's is adding a bunch of stuff in their meat that isn't.
Yeah. Some special sauce.
Mystery solved right there.
Right. Because it was funny because Hardee's got this new 100% organic burger. And I was like, wait a minute.
Hardee's?
party. It's called 100% beef, 100% something beef burger. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if you got this one particular burger that you say is 100% healthy, grade A beef, what are your other 9 burgers made with?
You know what? Hardee's got so much on their burgers. They probably got jalapenos, onion straws, and
With the-
pickles, olives.
Right, with the skinny cute chick eating it
Right.
on TV. Like, that's not true.
That is false
Yeah.
advertising.
Can we get fat people back in TV? But anyway. So today we're going to get into some little news, man. Gary, Indiana, is back in the news. A girl who came out a year after me. You heard about this?
I haven't heard.
This is a good one.
Basically, she found out, well, she told her parents, or told somebody that she lost her kid, right?
Twins.
She
She
twins.
said that she had twins.
She had twins, but she never had twins.
Right.
So then she called the mother of the twins to come to the house. She convinced the lady that she was social service.
Yeah, she called her. This woman's in Anderson, so this woman's in Gary. Calls her and says, I'm with social services. We're going to be coming by. Convinces this woman with her baby to get in the car and says, we got to go to Gary.
Right, which is not your
Okay,
county.
you're in Anderson. We got to go to Gary for a court appointment. We got to sort this out. Well, sorting that out apparently meant a week later
Yeah, she gets stabbed several times to her demise.
The neighbors were complaining. Let's just put it this way: the neighbors were complaining about the smell.
The smell,
And when the cops came to this house, they found this woman stabbed to death. From Anderson, stabbed to death with in a tub that's inside a closet, inside a garbage bag. So,
yeah.
don't ask me how logistically that's possible, but that happened. But the baby is alive. The baby is okay. But
yeah, damn the mother, but the baby's fine. That's what society has come to. Damn the grown up, the baby's fine, but the mother was left somewhere stinking, literally.
Point of order. I'm
just giving you a hard time. But what's funny, like the thing is, like I'm a type of person is I always take it a step further. Like I want to know what's in the mind of the girl as she's driving back to Gary. Like, do she have any idea? Like, yeah, I'm driving to my demise.
And first of all, let's talk about. If you understand Indiana, you understand that Anderson off of I-69, Gary off of I-65. That's a long drive. That's a lot of country roads before you even get to 65
Yeah,
to go north. And the whole time you're thinking, is this normal?
No, man.
So help me understand again. So the woman from Gary called a lady in Anderson as social service.
And no, so she called. She called and got the woman's address. Showed up and said, "I'm with Child Services, Social Services. This is a surprise visit, and I need you to come with me to Gary." So she's at her house there in Anderson. I need you to come with Gary, and I need you to bring your baby because it'll be better for you because if the judge sees you with your baby, they won't take your baby. And this woman convinces this.
Yeah, you ask no questions.
And if Cousin Rob was here and we played the Let's Name That Race game, this was a pilgrim, by the way, that got pulled one over and said, "Okay, I'll get in the car." So I just.
But the black girl, it was
the black girl did the killing.
Yeah, black girl.
She went to my high school, man. I know her.
We did say she's from Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, she's from Gary.
Not a lot of pilgrims. I appreciate you asking. So this is a black girl that killed him?
Yeah.
I'm just, throwing that out there.
But left her in the house, and apparently she was still in the house.
She, the woman was not in the house.
Why is she at her house?
Okay, but here's the best. So we'll follow up. So when the cops came, they did find the baby, but the baby was with another relative there at the house. House is all smelling. This woman is in Texas right now. So she killed this girl there in Gary. She's in Texas, and she claims that she was suicidal, and she's actually in a mental institution now in Texas.
Never see jail.
She's not in jail.
She'll never see jail.
I don't know if she'll see jail, but there's definitely warrants. You got multiple warrants from Anderson police, Gary police.
Yeah, because it's kidnapping, murder, first-degree murder,
first-degree
imprisonment. So they gonna trump up them charges.
Premeditated.
Dog,
I mean, if they can prove that her intent was to kill her, yeah.
that's the only thing about it, man. You can have all the evidence, but it's all about what can you prove without a shadow of a doubt. Like, you can't have no doubt.
It's tough to prove intent. I mean, you've pretty much got to find a note that says, I'm going to get this pilgrim up here, and I'm going to convince her to come back to Gary, and then I'm going to stab her out. I mean, you got to...
Oh, man, like
proving
this.
intent is very tough.
And this happened, like, over this weekend.
Yeah, this was this weekend.
And you
So
went to high school with this girl?
So think about this for a second. We enjoying our lives. I'm enjoying my pressure washer. Y'all doing whatever y'all doing. Like, life is good for us. Meanwhile, like, that's how the world works, man. There's stuff going on right now. We're doing a Heavy Hitters radio show, having a great old time, and somebody's getting hit with a cane across the head by the police.
I mean, and it happens.
Right now, like the world we live in, man. And real quick, man, shout out to Savvy for making me not be able to sleep for a couple of days after watching that video. Dad, man, I can handle fake death on TV. I cannot handle real death in front of my face, dog.
And so this was last week at the end
You remember
of the
that video
show,
he showed? The dude getting his head?
Savvy was showing people getting their heads
Oh,
chopped
like,
off.
I do not like that. Like, I can handle, like, on Daredevil, dude hit his head on the car. Like, that's fake.
Right.
He'll be in the next scene.
But when it's the real deal.
When it's the real deal, yeah, my stomach is... every time I close my eyes, I see it. Like people used to be on that rot.com. Like, dog, why y'all looking at this stuff, man?
And I mean, I got to tell you, after spending 8 years in the Army, in the infantry, out there, I don't like to see it either. I mean, I don't like to be at a party if you burn a steak. Like, that kind of puts me in a funky headspace.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I've been out since 2007. But, yeah, smelling burnt flesh, not really, doesn't really put me... In fact, it wasn't until 3 years ago that I was able to go see fireworks, and I'm okay with it. Wow. So, like, I get it.
Shout out to OK.
Shout out to
I get
OK,
it.
man, for real.
But I get it to the point where, like, I just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it, and I mean, I know there are people out there that like want to see it, but trust me when I tell you this: it's one thing to see it on your 3-inch screen on your phone,
see it in front of your face.
But when you get to see it for real, seeing people screaming out and bleeding out, you're probably not going to be like, oh, I want to watch it on my 3-inch phone.
Yeah, I'm good with that. It's funny because like my dad was in the Navy, and like until recently, he's never talked about Vietnam. I guess apparently a lot of stuff he hid from us growing up, so that he was dealing with. But like my mom, like he would never. Until one day he sat me down and was like, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and share this with you, some things that I, and like, dude, like Vietnam, boy, that shit is serious. Like, he was talking about how, and I remember last week we were talking about like The Rock with the Gatling gun. Like, I didn't know that the actual Gatling gun was not meant to kill people. The actual Gatling gun was used to chop down trees. Absolutely. Like the ships would pull up, because like in Vietnam, it was all like brush. Yeah. So they would use the Gatling gun as to mow down trees so they can see inside what's going on.
Well, and to land. I mean, a lot of times they needed with those helicopters. That's why they're on helicopters. They didn't have big enough space to land. They just
mow it down.
Trees.
Yeah, so it was weird hearing his story, like you said, with the fireworks, and like I didn't know that until recently. Man, maybe I'm an idiot. That the 4th of July was actually sounds of war. That's why they had the fireworks. Was actual simulating the sounds. I mean,
it's to commemorate the whole reason the Star Spangled
Banner
and all that.
So it was definitely insightful, man. To hear his accounts, man. And I got a couple other partners who was in the military, and shout out to the military for real, man. Because like we sit here and we argue and we shit if people do it or not, man. But like, dude, people get their lives up daily, that we don't even hear about. Not to mention like the civilians over there that's giving their lives up, man, trying to rebuild something that
right. Trying to get away from it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I mean,
completely changed as a result.
Well, and I got to tell you that even when it wasn't like all the gory stuff, you're still, you very much know you are absolutely beholden to them. I mean, you can't eat, You can't sleep. You can't go to the bathroom unless they say so. And until you've been in that situation, I mean, that felt like prison. I mean, even when I got out, I had 2 years of inactive reserve. And then you're for real out, like you get your letter, hey, we can no longer call on you. That felt like I got my release papers.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing that could happen
Right.
there. No amount of crazy Pearl Harbor. The Japanese could reinvade Hawaii.
Right.
And you know what? Hey,
They already in
I'm gonna
Hawaii.
sit this one out. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I served my time.
Yeah, 'cause my boy, I think there he did 6 years, and then he got medical release. He was gonna re-enlist again, but once he found out he can get 85% medical, he was like, "Oh, I'm out.
See ya."
See ya." He says, "Wouldn't want to be you, you know." But he always tells me stories. He always, it's guys who get out who obviously when they went in, they had no plan. So when you get out, like you have nothing going on.
Well, and I want to, not to dive too deep into this, but I mean, that's one of those things where you see a lot of folks that are upset and how dare the armed services, they're not helping these people out, like with their life, like what are they going to do after they get out of the military? I mean, your friend's right. I mean, a lot of people came in and they didn't really have anything to do. I mean, it was a big deal for me. I quit, or I dropped out of IU right after 9/11. I was a straight A student, sophomore year, dropped out and joined. But when I was in there, you had a lot of people that 3 meals a day and boots. So essentially, I'm going to put my life on the line for 3 meals a day and shoes.
Yeah. You see, I know.
They didn't exactly have a lot of options going in. It's not like all of a sudden you went through the military and now I got options going out.
Yeah. And plus, what he said was he was living bad, I'll say. And he told me that he had a moment when he was sitting in front of some work and he thought to himself, like, either I'm going to die on these streets or I'm going to die for my country. And so he got up and walked down to the recruiter's office like, man, just sign me up. Don't ask me no questions. Just sign me up. And said he went in, and said turned his life around, and said, it was the best decision he ever made.
So is the selling point die for your country, or is the selling point? Because for me, when I was coming out of high school and I was getting recruited by the recruiters that were all coming to the high school, the biggest thing was all these opportunities that you have with the military.
But that's true, though.
Well, there are. So, I mean, I'm not trying to paint a bleak picture. What I'm trying to say is, if you don't have a plan, like I had a plan, like as I was getting ready to get out, I mean, I knew what I was doing. And believe you me, having that on your resume that said, I did this, has gone a very long way. Has opened so many doors for my career and so many doors in life.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to say that, if
you do it the right way.
If you do it the right way, if you're one that you're considering, but you just got to understand, you got to work it as much as they're using you. As much as you got to absolutely use them.
That's exactly what he said.
To advance your career. They do have a lot of opportunities, but you just can't sit on your butt and think it's just the world's going to come to you. No, you got to definitely work the plan. And if you know what, and I'm going to say to anybody listening, or if you ever do listen to this show, that what I want to say is, if you are messed up, get some help. I mean, that was the thing for me. Like, I didn't have any false pride, or it wasn't bravado.
Right.
Like, I knew that I was probably more messed up than I thought that I was, and I probably needed to talk to somebody to sort some stuff out.
Right.
And certainly, I'm not going to lie, you get out, and I couldn't sleep most nights. I mean, the slightest bit of pressure in a room, like the AC turns on or the heater, I'd wake up every half an hour. Like, and I knew maybe that wasn't normal, so I needed to go and talk to somebody about that. So, again, I'm saying that, and there's those resources there. Talk to somebody.
That's what he was saying. And
talk to somebody.
And
sort it out.
And one thing he talked about too, one thing that he had going in, that his brother was in the Army. So his brother was able to give him, like, when I guess you get a list of jobs that you can qualify for.
Right.
And he would tell you, like, dude, everything is not infantry. Everything is not what you boots and guns and citizens. No, every job is not like that. You have certain jobs. He was communications. So he was the guy that was like making sure that they can talk to each other when they're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And how he explained to me, he was like, he said, I was over and he did 2 tours. He was like, but he said, I really wasn't there. He was like, he said, imagine, okay, we're at the front page. He was at the front page, and where everything was going on at was like
Bloomington.
Yeah, like
or Evansville.
Evansville, like he can hear it, he can see it, but yeah, he not necessarily there until like he had to go in and kind of hook up some radio stuff, and that's it.
Right.
But he's there, but he's not like he's surrounded. Like they build cities that surrounded. He was inside of like their little city.
The green zone.
Yeah. So he was kind of explaining that kind of stuff, and I was like, wow. But he was like, dude. Everybody who I talked to in the military, this is no knock on the Marines, was probably the strongest ones out there. But he was like, dude, never recommend the Marine unless you got somebody that's bloodthirsty.
Because you want to do, and I mean, I did, and he's right in this sense, in that the Army has the most amount of jobs. It is the largest branch of the service. The Navy has a lot of great technical jobs, so like these communications, things to do with satellites, electronics, computers. So does the Air Force. I mean, if you were going in today...
The Cheer Force.
Cheer Force.
Is they call it.
And by the way, the Air Force,
Johnny.
I'm going to give a little plug for the Air Force. They have air-conditioned dorms that they go to basic
the Air Force. Like John,
I didn't have air conditioning.
Like Solomon, he was Air Force. He was like, dude, my worst decision was I got out.
Right. So, but when I was in the Army... I mean, if I had to do it over again, I went infantry because my grandfather, he parachuted into Normandy. So I was going to be in the 82nd Airborne just like he was. And then I went in the Rangers, and I really got to do a lot of stuff. But, you know, the thing is, if you get in, I'm going to highly recommend you get a job that maps well. So into a civilian career. So if you think that if you're mechanically inclined and you like working on cars, work on trucks because guess what? You will have a job. People will be lined up. Or work on aircraft, and guess what? You get a job at the airport.
Easily.
Don't fall asleep in the baggage hold, but you'll get.
Right.
You'll have a job. So
yeah, because I guess you was kind of curious about like when I said the Marines is the one. The thing about this for a second, have you ever seen a movie based off the Army? Everything is Marine. Hoorah is the Marines.
Band of Brothers.
But the reason why the Marine movies are the ones everybody go see is because it's the most action. He was like, the Army, he said, dude, we don't do, he said, the Army is more intel. He's like, we won't go nowhere unless we know what's there. So what we do is, if we don't know what's in that building, we need the Marines to go clear that building out. So the Marines go first.
The Marines are boots on the ground.
Everybody boots on the ground.
I mean, you got a lot of infantry folks, in all fairness, you got a lot of infantry folks that are also boots on the ground. I mean, once I got in the Rangers, I mean, we were definitely doing a lot of high-speed stuff like the Marines were doing as well.
Right, but was y'all going in blind?
I mean, we were going in blind.
Oh, wow. I know he was saying, like they ain't never went in blind. It was like they'll call the Marines, go in there, clear it out, and then we'll go in there and set up shop. And then, or they'll call the Air Force to go ahead and fly over. You know, the Air Force, like Johnny, like he was like in England, posted. He said, because he said, if you think about it, you can't have your planes. You can't have your stuff where, you know, and they can get there in like 2-3 minutes. Something go on, we can get there in 5 minutes. So they in England, you know, chilling, London, kick back, go to work on the computer.
They're flying most. They're flying most of those. They're flying most of those drones outside of Las Vegas. So the guys flying the drones in like Afghanistan and Iraq, they're flying. The mission control is right outside of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So.
Type stuff.
Yeah, I know we got on a little tangent, but it's actually a good conversation, man. And I think a lot of people, you know, that they kind of need to have that information, man. Especially if you're thinking about.
If you're thinking about joining
up. I'm dying on air. Yeah, Moose called in twice. I didn't answer the phone. He probably get mad about that. So we'll go ahead and.
I mean, Moose could have been here tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean he probably listened to the show.
I mean, if you normally get to watch our show, you'd see that Jeezy and I, this is Oscar Kilo, decided to take it up a notch. We got studio mics, so this is definitely the A Squad is representing. Unlike,
yes, I was impressed.
Which is a good dovetail. Unlike the Pacers last week, that definitely did not represent last week.
Well, we gonna go ahead and do a prank call on Movie. We'll call him up.
I think we need to call him up. I think we need to talk about the.
Now, why don't you come in and be like, "This is Booze, aka Big House. You can find us on he don't go through all the spiel.
We definitely didn't do station identification. We needed to do.
Yeah, I just did it. We're independent radio. What's going on? Hey, this is no. Let's leave Moose a voicemail.
And a brief message. And I'll return your call at my earliest convenience.
At his earliest convenience.
Have a peaceful day.
Have a peaceful day.
Please record your message.
Have you heard the lady's voice that does this? She was like on a TV show. This is an actual lady. What up, Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man? We live here at the front page. This is A-Jeezy. We got Oscar Kilo, OKKK, and we got Ramonski Love from V103. So we're just going to go ahead and play on your voicemail for a minute, man, and kind of bring you up to speed. It was what we've been talking about on the show, man. A lot of military talk, man.
A lot of military talk.
You missed out on a good conversation, man. We haven't got to conspiracy, all the stuff you don't like. So we'll definitely touch on that. But hit us back, man. Peace.
So let's talk about, let's switch gears here for a bit. And let's talk about the Pacers and just the NBA playoffs as a whole. We kind of want to switch up.
Hey, how them Pacers doing? Did they make the playoffs?
No.
They are killing Roy Hibbert, though.
Dude.
They are killing him.
Dude. $15 million player option. Why would you get that dude a $50 million player option? Like,
what you think he's going to do?
Of course he's going to take it. He need to turn that down.
At the same token, that was a pretty good game that we got to watch last week on Tuesday.
Yeah, then they went out later the next night.
They ran out of gas.
Yeah, you got to get on a plane at 2 in the morning to get to your destination at 3 to play a game at 8. Like, there's just no way in the world.
You know what, man?
They had just played another intense game, 2 days
You know what, man?
So,
right.
You know what, man?
They had a week later.
If I need to usher the Justin Timberlake, cry me a river. God forbid you take a private jet that you can lay down and go to sleep on and land and go to your 5-star hotel at 3 in the morning. God forbid I could sleep in until, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and have a walkthrough and have to play a game that night. Oh, the agony, please. Save it.
I'm just saying,
you didn't show up.
From an athlete standpoint, you go out there.
I was an athlete. I rode buses. I took one of those. Get on the bus. Go to a game.
Get on the bus, right. Spike Lee. Get on the bus.
You know what I'm saying? Get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? We went out there and re-performed. We lost, but
Get on the bus.
But yeah, the Pacers, man, they struggling. But you know what though? To me, it's almost. I wish the Bulls would have done this. It's almost better to not get in. We're going to get in 8th and then lose to the Hawks the first round. So now you get in the lottery. You might look around and get a top 5, top 10 pick. This draft is pretty deep. I mean, there's some quality bigs.
There's some good guys that come up in the draft.
It might be a blessing. Get that point guard you so desperately been needing because George Hill is not the answer. Okay, he's not.
Not the answer.
He's not.
He makes about $12 million.
He makes about $12 million. He's not the answer. So, but everybody else is looking good, man. My Bulls, we looking strong. Jimmy Buckets, man, is on point. Then Golden State, which I stayed up till like 3 in the morning watching them.
Did you?
Dude.
I wanted to so bad. But
Dude,
I
I cannot. Steph Curry is my favorite player in the league, man. He is must-see TV. Like, they need to figure out a way to get them on like, at least 8 o'clock. Because this 10:30, the late game starting up is when you on East Coast time. Or how about Indianapolis? Can we go back to Central Time, please? Can we go ahead and make that transition back?
I mean, when you're a 12-hour drive from the East Coast, how do we justify being on Eastern time?
What you don't realize is that up north is Central and down south is Central. Only the middle.
Up north from
Lafayette.
Michigan City over.
Yeah, Michigan City, yeah.
It's like that. No, it's only a corner of the region. Lafayette's still on Eastern time.
Right, but I'm talking about when you get to like DeMont and Rensselaer, all that is Central time.
It's like that.
And then when you go past Bloomington, like Evansville and Vincennes, that's all Central time.
Corner. Yeah, those two corners are on Central
Only
time.
the middle of the state.
Well, not the middle. I mean, it's a predominantly big middle, north, south.
But no, there's no city that matters. So in the city that matters, which is Indianapolis,
right?
The rest of them small towns. Nobody cares about Winchester, save your emails or Richmond,
Kokomo.
Yeah. Nobody cares about. But Kokomo used to be one of the big kahunas, allegedly. But
And they build a highway around it. What does that tell you?
dude, that is going to be the end of Kokomo. When they built a bypass where you don't have to go through Kokomo no more.
Have you done that yet?
I have not. I've been to Kokomo years ago for the All-Star baseball game when I was playing baseball.
Yeah.
So being that my family lives in South Bend, and my wife's family's from up north as well, they built a complete bypass where it's solid highway. You don't have to get off. You have to. If you do, you get off on an exit. You can get around Kokomo in like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. It used to be the 7 lights. Kokomo, you think used to be go on vacation, leave on probation.
Way more than 7 lights.
I think it is like 17 lights, something like that.
17, yeah.
To get through Kokomo. Well,
you did it at the wrong time.
But let me tell you what these people agreed to. Okay, they built the bypass, go around Kokomo. So the business owners are all upset about this bypass. So they agreed that they won't build any businesses or any gas stations on that bypass for 5 years. After the 5th year, then they're free to build.
Going up everywhere.
Well, but it still won't. There will not be ever be any lights because all of 31 is now a highway. I mean, they're.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, why would you agree to something that's only 5 years?
Well, and it's still an exit. So if you can get off on an exit, like, why would I care if a. Yeah, no, you're not.
But all the businesses that's on that strip that you might get in Impulse or all that stuff is like, dog, you finna lose. You finna lose. Yeah. All because, again, we as human beings, we are so short-term memory. Everything is short-term. Like, when they looked at this no union jobs, like, everybody looking at the short term. Like, I'm standing in the union. Yeah, you are because you grew up in a union family. They're not looking at that. They're looking at the next 25 years. So the next 25 years, when all you old heads, union people, we going to push y'all out, and we're going to get this new worker. He's not going to be in the union because we're going to dog the union, and then we're going to start cutting your wages. And now you'll be doing these jobs for like $15 an hour. Yeah,
and if I'm going to do a union job or a construction job for $15 an hour or work at McDonald's now, I'm probably going to work at McDonald's.
I'm probably going to work at McDonald's. Because, like my brother and them in the mill, like, they was getting like $32 an hour, and then on Sunday it was like double time. It was like ridiculous, all because of the union. The union gets you paid. You know, but if people don't understand, what it means is, it's like if you go to your boss and you talk to your boss, he'll look at you and be like, all right, we'll see you later. But if your union rep who speaks for 100 of you employees, go talk to him, now I got to listen because he's speaking for 100 of y'all. So or more. So it's strength. Basically, the whole thing is strength in numbers. You know, so I wish my job was union because half the stuff we go through, I'll be like, yeah, we doing this right here. Go holler at him, please. Thank you.
You're going to need to talk to my union rep.
Yeah, I'm not qualified.
I'm going to file a grievance.
I'm going to file a grievance. I'm fired? Yeah, you can't fire me. I'm going.
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I think we're going to strike. How do you feel about us striking?
Have you seen these people all on the streets? It was like so-and-so should be ashamed because of benefits and stuff. Have you seen any of those, like, one was like Ruth's Chris should be ashamed. And they stand outside with these big old signs and stuff.
It's because they're using non-union labor to build their construction. I mean, it is what it is.
But do you know in Chicago, if you call using non-union people to work on your home or your business, won't nobody show up to your house for anything? Like, if it's found out that you use a non-union person, then when you call anybody, they're not showing up. All because you use non-union workers in your house.
Well, and that's if they don't firebomb your house too.
They don't mess around.
They're not going to mess around in Chi-Town. So
No.
just throwing it out there.
Right. So yeah, I mean, as you see, we wrote down stuff. We were probably using the B side because that stuff is more language appropriate.
Yeah, we definitely got some on the B side. You definitely want to stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We got some interesting news articles, as well as we're going to be talking about some of these press, mainly the sports writers.
Oh, man.
We're going to definitely be diving into
the lies of sports. Like, I don't watch sports. I don't watch ESPN.
You don't?
I don't. I watch PTI and Around the Horn. That's it.
I mean, I like to get the Bleacher Report. I mean, you're the one who plugged that.
Bleacher Report, because I like dealing with directly, because, see, I watch wrestling, so I know it's a work. So I already know what I'm getting. I don't want to watch the NBA, which again, did anybody see the video I posted of the ball of the Cavalier game where the ball clearly went out of bounds on Kevin Love and the referee was like, Cleveland ball? I was like, dude, everybody saw the ball go off him. He was out of bounds when it touched him, and yet it's their ball. It's fixed. LeBron's winning. See, my thing is this. I know Roman Reigns will be the champion one day. Like, I know that. But at least I know it's a work. It's part of the story, though. I knew Brock Lesnar was losing at WrestleMania. I knew that. You know what I'm saying?
But on that note, do you think that NBA should use more, instant replay? The same way the NFL?
Yeah, I believe they should. I think, or let us know that, you know what, man, this is purely entertainment. The players play for money, which they do, and we got certain players and certain teams we want in, and it's going to happen. Right. Because you cannot tell me that the New York Knicks would trade Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith for second-round draft picks. There is no. You mean tell me no other team can offer you a better deal for them two players?
Watch the Knicks next year be number two seed in the East or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
They'll get people to come to play and prepping for in the future to come to play there.
Dude, but you gave up two good players for a second round. Like, you mean tell me the Lakers couldn't call for that? The Spurs didn't offer you. So you just took because LeBron's in Cleveland. Come on, it's all set up, man. It's all a setup, man.
The fix is in. The
fix is in, dog. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I watched WWE. I seen it enough to realize when it's a work, dude.
So we got a few minutes before we're going to wrap up the A-sides. Do you think we have time for brews and reviews?
Yeah, I'm going to give a quick brews and reviews. I'm on episode 11.
So for all you folks that are new listening to the show, let's give a quick rundown. What are the brews and reviews?
Well, brews and reviews is basically our rating system. If something is 5 brews, that means you need to be absolutely trash to enjoy it. In some cases, we'll go a little further, like David Copperfield. I'll say 5 lines of cocaine. Just go ahead and OD, please, if you go see a show because it's horrible. Or if it's great, if it's a great show like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's no brew. You can sit there totally sober and have a great time. So,
right, go ahead and give yours because I'm going to give mine what I did this week. All right.
Well, go ahead and give yours first. Go ahead.
All right, so my nephew plays rugby for Brownsburg High School.
All right.
First time I ever actually paid attention to rugby. Have no idea what was going on, how the scoring system was set up. 2 brews.
Wow.
Really? That's pretty good.
2 brews.
Was it pretty exciting? I mean, fast-paced the whole way?
The physical play in rugby is outstanding.
Yes.
It's outstanding. It puts the NFL to shame.
No pads, by the way.
No pads.
And they are straight up punching each other
I'm talking about on the pile. When they pile up and the ball hits the ground and they pile up, you can come tackle dudes in the clothesline off the pile to get to the ball.
Yes.
It was awesome.
It's the real deal.
It was awesome.
So you didn't see when the USA played, who was that? I think it was like Switzerland or somebody, like at Soldiers Field.
I missed it.
Dude, America, we are so far behind. Because they was moving at a speed they moving like way faster than us. They scored like all these points. They blew us out bad. I don't think we scored.
But check this out, though. As hard as they were hitting and as fast as they were moving, no one in the game got hurt. In the NFL, it seems like every other guy.
You know why they don't get hurt? Because it's close proximity. Nobody's running from 20 yards to hit somebody. Everybody's running like from me to you, and we hitting. So you don't really pick up no money unless you're running away from somebody and you get tackled. But there's like no safety 20 yards away from the play, running a 4-3. This Rams, and plus we ain't got no pads, so I'm not going to hit you I'm not going to get ridiculous with my head.
Well, I guess maybe that's a good point, because if you don't have pads on, you're going to be reluctant to use your head or cheap shot somebody because you're going to hurt your ass too.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
If I knew how to score and this stuff was set up instead of asking so many questions on the side,
I believe it's 6 points. It's 6 points if you score the
5 points.
Then you get if you kick it.
It's 2.
Right.
And then if there's a penalty kick, you get 1 additional point for that. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Could be good. I'll do a quick brews and reviews. I rented X-Men Days of Future Past. It's the newest one. I'm going to give it 2 brews. I mean, it was really good.
You actually gave it a better score than I did.
I mean, I liked it better than the last one.
Because my thing was, it was so many potholes that because the reason why I said it was a little rough, because Professor Xavier died in the one before that. Who cares?
I mean, let's not throw that out.
I mean, the Phoenix was like, lifted him out of his chair, was like, get up out of your chair. He was like, oh my God. And
it wasn't as good as the Wolverine. The Wolverine standalone, I like that.
Which I didn't know Deadpool was in the Wolverine standalone, which I hated X-Men Origins. So I don't know, man. We obviously 2 movies right now, man. That's
all right.
Man,
I actually like X-Men Origins. I hated the Wolverine.
See, we all have opinions.
You know what? The bottom line is, I hate Fox doing any Marvel movies. Give it back to Disney and Marvel. We'll be back on the B side.